Yokoso. Today, we are going to explain the ending of Attack on Titan, one of the most epic and controversial anime and manga of all time. After 10 years of thrilling and emotional storytelling, Attack on Titan has finally come to a close, and here's everything you need to know about the finale. The final arc of Attack on Titan revolves around Eren Yeager, the protagonist who became the antagonist, and his plan to unleash the Rumbling, a cataclysmic event that would wipe out all of humanity outside of Paradis Island, the home of the Eldians, the race that can turn into Titans. Eren's goal was to protect his friends and his people from the hatred and oppression of the rest of the world, but his methods were extreme and genocidal. Eren's former allies, led by Armin Arlert, Mikasa Ackerman, and Levi Ackerman, joined forces with some of the Marleyan soldiers, the enemies of the Eldians, to stop Eren and save the world. They faced many obstacles and losses along the way, but they finally reached Eren's colossal Titan form, which was connected to the founding Titan, the source of all Titan powers. The final battle against Eren was triggered by Armin, who used his colossal Titan transformation to create a massive explosion that exposed Eren's head. However, Eren had summoned the past Titan shifters, the people who inherited the 9 Titan powers throughout history, to fight for him. Among them were familiar faces like Berthold Hoover, the former colossal Titan, Porco Galliard, the former Jaw Titan, and Ymir Fritz, the original founding Titan. The Alliance had to fight their way through the army of Titans, while also dealing with the centipede-like creature that was the source of all living matter, the entity that gave Ymir her Titan powers 2,000 years ago. Meanwhile, Mikasa, who had a special bond with Eren, entered his Titan mouth and found his human body. She had a vision of an alternate reality where she and Eren ran away together and lived a peaceful life, but she realized that it was a dream and that she had to kill Eren to end the Rumbling. She decapitated Eren and kissed him, fulfilling his last wish to be free from his burden. As she did so, Eren's memories and thoughts were transmitted to Armin, who was inside the paths, the dimension where all the Titan powers and Eldian souls were connected. Armin learned the truth behind Eren's actions and motivations, and why he chose to sacrifice himself and his humanity for the sake of his friends and his people. Eren revealed that he had manipulated the events that led to his mother's death, the death of his father, and the death of many of his friends, by using the power of the Attack Titan, which allowed him to see and influence the past and future. He also confessed that he loved Mikasa and wanted her to be happy, but he also wanted her to forget him and move on with her life. He apologized to Armin for hurting him and thanked him for being his best friend. Armin was shocked and saddened by Eren's revelations, but he also understood his feelings and his reasons. He thanked Eren for giving them a chance to live, and promised to make the most of it. He also told Eren that he was not alone, and that he would always be with him in his heart. As Eren died, the rumbling stopped, and all the Titans, including the past Titan shifters, turned back into humans. The curse of the Titans, which doomed the Eldians to a short lifespan and a tragic fate, was lifted, and the paths were destroyed. Ymir, who had been enslaved by the royal bloodline for 2,000 years, was finally free, and she smiled as she saw Mikasa holding Eren's head. The Alliance celebrated their victory and mourned their losses. They reunited with their friends and families who had survived the Rumbling, and they prepared to face the consequences of their actions. They knew that the world would not forgive them easily, and that they would have to work hard to achieve peace and coexistence. They also hoped that Eren's sacrifice would not be in vain, and that his dream of a free world would come true someday. The final chapter of Attack on Titan ends with a time skip of 3 years. We see that the world is still in conflict, and that the Eldians are still discriminated and persecuted. However, we also see that the Alliance has formed a peacekeeping organization called the Wings of Freedom, which aims to protect the Eldians and negotiate with the other nations. Armin is the leader of the Wings of Freedom, and he uses his diplomatic skills and his influence to advocate for peace and dialogue. We also see that Mikasa has been living alone in a cabin near the grave of Eren, where she has buried his head. She has not forgotten him, and she still loves him, but she has also accepted his death and his wish for her to be happy. She is visited by a bird, which is implied to be Eren's spirit, who wraps his scarf around her and kisses her cheek. Mikasa smiles and thanks Eren for wrapping the scarf around her, a gesture that symbolizes their bond and their love. The final panel of the manga shows Eren's grave, with the words, "You are free," written on it. This is a tribute to Eren's character, who always sought freedom from the cruel world he was born into, and who fought for it until the very end. It also suggests that Eren has finally found peace and freedom in death, and that he has freed the world from the cycle of hatred and violence that the Titans had created. And that's the end of Attack on Titan, one of the most amazing and complex stories ever told. What did you think of the ending? Did you like it or hate it? Do you have any questions or theories? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Peace out.